This museum is all about a local artist by the name of Walter Inglis Anderson. And Walter Anderson was a professional artist on the Gulf Coast during the mid-20th century, and he really took the image of the Gulf Coast and he put it into fine art form, and that was something that hadn't been done before. And his works have really become this iconic image of the Gulf South. And so in the 1990s, this museum was opened to celebrate that vision and provide a place for the public to come in and see the artwork of Walter Anderson. As they come in, they're going to be met with these beautiful whitewashed pine walls and images of the Gulf South that are vibrant and jewel-toned. They're surprising in their scope and breadth. And what you're seeing really is a snapshot of one man's vision of the Gulf South. And he's really celebrating it through his artwork. A lot of people who come into the museum are surprised by what they're finding because we have 3 of Anderson's major murals in the museum. One of them is a 3,000 square foot mural that's been called Mississippi Sistine Chapel. Then you're also learning about the life of Walter Anderson. He had this incredible adventurous lifestyle where he's going out to our barrier islands where he's camping for weeks on end, upturning his boat and camping underneath it, studying the natural environment and then painting it. But then he's putting that image, that lens on the Gulf South. And that's what's so interesting about his artwork, because Walter Anderson was looking at his home, looking at this place that had never really been celebrated visually, and he's putting it into fine art. And so really, this is a museum that's about Mississippi. This is a museum to celebrate the Gulf South.
We're at the Gulfport Arts Center in downtown Gulfport on 24th Avenue. The Gulfport Arts Center is a local co-op of local artists that come together to have a place to show their artwork as well as sell their artwork. They teach here. We welcome any kind of artist that wants to come in. We have all kinds of mediums. It's just a great place to have and show your artwork. The art scene on the Mississippi coast is amazing. You have such a diverse account of artwork. You have from metalworks to paintings. It is just amazing the different types of crafts you have and the different styles you have. It has everything from small jewelries to huge carvings. Look at our carvings down the coast that the woodcutter comes and carves with a chainsaw. It's just such a diverse scene of artwork. All of our artists come anywhere from along coastal Mississippi. We have them all the way from Bay St. Louis to Pascagoula, so everybody here is local. A lot of your tourists that come in want the local because a lot of them that come down here, artwork has a tendency to be regional. Here you're going to have a lot of the sceneries that are beach scenes, the marsh scenes, that type stuff. Is to where if you went further north, you wouldn't have them. You'd have more woods, more hills, more mountains. So when a lot of people come here, a lot of people want something. They've come to visit this coastal Mississippi. They want to take a piece of that home with them. So why not take in a piece of art form that you can hang or place in your home?
Alice was most proud of being a good teacher. She loved that she had the ability to maybe affect a life of a child. She always was a storyteller, enjoyed telling stories. She began telling stories through painting. She began painting on anything. We have a couple of shingles that are early work. Eventually, she moved on to canvas on board. Acrylic paint, she says it dries quickly and I'm impatient, so we get along. So most of our work, we have over 100 here today hanging originals. Most of it is acrylic. Yeah. So she's captured a period of American history in the North Delta. Her husband was from Batesville, Mississippi. When they were married, he took her home to Batesville, Mississippi, and to begin a life again after the years following the Great Depression. And so she's capturing that period of Mississippi history and how everyone started over. difficult, very difficult times when people managed without most things. She has a piece called "Flour Sacks Make Pretty Shirts," referring, of course, to reusing the fabric that came in flour and sugar sacks. So she has captured a period of history that we all have in our past, and she felt it's important to see how far we have come and where we have come from. There was a gentleman here who owned a gallery, Mr. Jerry Dixon, sent her an invitation to come show her art. And she came for a weekend. Her assistant chose at random Bay St. Louis. When she came down over the bridge from past Christiane and got to the bay, she said, "This is where I want to be." So at 79 years young, she moved to Bay St. Louis. She bought a house just around the corner. She had it painted very dark blue, much to her painter's chagrin, and hence we have the painting, "The house is blue, but the old lady ain't." She found the bay delightful, and we found Miss Alice delightful. So, and she continued to tell her stories, be a wonderful character in our art community here in the Bay. She passed away in 2004 at 94.
So the Ohr-O'Keefe Museum of Art is a treasure on the Gulf Coast. Our Frank Gehry Design Campus houses the artwork of George Ohr, native Biloxian, and it also tells the story of Biloxi through the story of Pleasant Reed, who was an emancipated slave. George Ohr really pushed the bounds of traditional pottery. Instead of it being about the functionality of the piece, it was about the aesthetics of it. So he played with the clay, he pushed it to its limits, he made it in all of these various forms where it was thin-walled, undulating shapes. He would bend the clay in on itself and just allow the clay to talk to him and do what it was going to naturally do. And that's what made him so unique. He was actually the self-proclaimed mad potter of Biloxi. So he knew, even in his time before ceramics was really pushing those boundaries of sculptural art, he knew he was ahead of his time.
I would say my work is primarily traditional representational painting and drawing. I like to draw what I observe, even though there's certainly imaginative elements that come into it. Mostly it's observation and trying to study light and study different angles and relationships and patterns that I find interesting in the real world. You can't live on the coast and not be influenced by the landscape and the nature that's surrounding you. I think there's a universal voice along the coasts. People are drawn to water, and so somehow that translates into the visual aspects too. I think that when you're creating work along coastal edges, it's going to speak to people. It's going whether they live near it or they want to vacation near it, or but most people are traveling to the coast for either home or pleasure. It's a place that people want to be. It's a place that some people get to be daily. People love the landscape and love the environment down here, and so they love artwork that depicts that too. And if your work enriches people's lives, can you ask for anything better than that?